Hello, everyone. My name is Matti McLean. I am a Canadian in Eurovision, and today I am ranking the songs from the third episode of American Song Contest. So, American Song Contest has been going on for 3 weeks now, and every time I promise my friend that I will come over to their house and watch it, and every time I never make it. So, if Felipe is watching, I am sorry, but I figure it's only fair to stick to tradition. At this point, we have songs to rank, so let's do this. So we found out that a couple songs went through. I'm warming up to the American Song Contest. It's obviously no Eurovision, nor do I think it's trying to be, which is, well, it is trying to be, but is it succeeding at being? I don't know. But we have 11 new songs, so it's only fair that I do to them what I've done to everyone else. So I got my book of notes. I've got my tier list all set up, so let's get going. So to start off with, the song that has gone through is Tyler Breeden from Tennessee, and I'm just like, does the jury just love country and they just really want to stack this with sad country songs? Because right now it really feels like the jury is just trying to stack the finals with sad country songs. First Houston, now this song. I want to know who this jury is, because I do not agree. I have this song, like, it's not bad. It's not, but, like, I don't think it was good. I don't think it was memorable. I don't think there was anything about this that screamed exciting television event. I don't think there's anything about this that was in any way, shape, or form just remotely interesting or good. I literally have written standard country, simple to a fault. And yeah, the fact that it made it through as the choice above other options that I feel are much better is... No, it's not good. I don't like it. Don't do this again, jury. I'm getting really sick and tired of your bullshit, and this is what you keep bringing? So, anyways, we'll move on. Opening up the show today was Texas Grant Gnocchi, I guess like the pasta. But his song Mr. Independent, which was an odd choice for a song title in the first place. It was good. I don't think it was the best of the evening, but I don't mind it. I thought it was very, well done. I thought it was fun. I think that he's very talented. And I think the song is super catchy, especially in the chorus. I do wish there was at least a bit more of a build, or a bit more of... It did have a unique performance aspect where he was dancing with himself and then through all the projections on the back. But, I don't know if it was blow your pants amazing by any means, but we'll see. Next up was Brittany Fance from Louisiana with Now You Do. Another song I thought was good. I liked her voice. Do I think she was better than Grant? I do, actually. I felt like she had a bit more presence than Grant. I felt like she was very on it. She really wanted to push herself forward. I think she did a good job. Don't really have any complaints. My only thing is that it might be a little simple in her direction. She starts out really, really iconic in the giant crown with the dress that goes all the way down the stage. I think that was very effective, very cool, very interesting. Where she lost me was that she doesn't really do much beyond that. At one point, she just walks down to the front of the stage and goes across the stage and then comes back to the place, which is fine. Not every song needs to be a movement piece, but when you have such a large space being dominated by a piece of fabric instead of by the person wearing the piece of fabric, it can come across a little bit not as refined as you would want it to. So that would be my only note or complaint with that, but overall very solid, very good. Next up we had New Jersey with Brooke and I Don't Take Pictures Anymore. And I have to say, I was really rooting for this one, especially when she was talking in the in the postcard, where she was just like, I like, I don't know, horses. But she was talking about how she wanted her music to sound like Dua Lipa or have that cool kind of fun edge. But she starts out on the bed and it's real shaky. It's real loose. And she was very pitchy, especially for the beginning. She got there, But overall, I don't feel like the song was as memorable as I want it to be. I kind of feel like this song and last week's Smoothie song, $1 Million Smoothie, I felt like they all have a lot in common. And I feel like the two bands working together would create something really cool and special, because their sounds are very similar, but just the way that this was presented, I don't feel like it translated as well as we wanted it to. So next up was a fan favorite with Nico, Alabama, with The Difference. And I have to say, it got good, but it took a while to get there. They were both, I felt like she was very unsure. He was very unsure. There was something off about the performance from the beginning, which was really disappointing because I really wanted them to start stronger. And they did get very strong. They did end up where I think they wanted to be. I think it was just nerves at the beginning taking over them. But yeah, it got to a point where it was really good and really memorable. I would say it was probably, it was definitely in the good range. I don't know if it was one of the best of the night. I don't know if I would pick this over other ones, but I definitely think that we'll see how this ends up. They might end up in the top just by default, but yeah, overall, I didn't have any issues with it. I thought it was good. As I said, they started out pitchy, they started out nervous, and then got very strong. So we'll see if that translates. We'll see if that hopefully brings them through to the next round. So yeah, there's time for them to get there, so I'm not too worried about that. Next up, we had Florida with Ale Zabala with Flirt. And I honestly expected to not enjoy this song as much because it started out very flat. She has an aloof quality to her, very much like an Olivia Rodrigo style. But as it grew, as she got going, she won me over. Even if it was a little messy, even if it was a little overly simple, it did have a lot of fun, and she has a lot of character. She really reminds me of like a Becky G style of singer, but yeah, her Latin really shone through. It was really, really well done. It was a lot of fun, and I was very impressed. I was actually expecting this to come out as probably the best of the night, especially when considering everyone else in the lineup. But, you know, for what it was fine. It was fun. They did a good job, and good on them. So we'll see what they do next. Next up, we have Alaska with Jewel. Now, I am a big Jewel fan going into this, so I do recognize I have a little bit of a bias. Her voice didn't sound as, like, maybe it's because we're all really familiar with 90s Jewel voice and how clean it was and how pure it was. With this, you can tell that she's older. You can tell that her voice has changed and developed, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that it's beautiful. I think a part of us kind of comes into this, though, expecting that sound from, like, You Were Meant For Me or Foolish Games days, and you can't expect an artist to stay with that the entire time. So what I see here, what I feel here, is I really, really enjoyed what was there, how it was put through. My only thing with this is that as we're going through, I really do feel like it doesn't quite hold up as well as some of the other ones. I do think it was good, and I would put it maybe just under Grant. I feel like that's fair, because I don't feel like she blew everyone away. I really loved her message. I loved the idea of the song. I loved the story of the song. I found it very touching. But I don't think it quite rose to the level of some of the other ones today. So, next up was South Carolina, Jesse Leprotti with Not Alone. Right away, if you're going into a song contest, usually it's a good idea to make sure that other song contests haven't used your song name before. And Not Alone has been used a lot. So, I don't quite know the perfect scenario for this. But what I would say with Jesse is that he had a good stage presence, but he had a lot of dancers, and he was overshadowed by them. And I'm trying to give him a compliment. I keep going into the negatives. Overall, I wasn't a fan. I thought that there was a lot of room to go with this. I thought that there was a lot of things that could have been done better and stronger. Yeah. Do I think it was terrible? No. But I feel like he might need a little bit more time in the oven to really understand his stage presence and to really understand his presentation. I think that would really help with him moving forward. I think that's something that he should consider and go in with. So let's see what else we have. Next up, we have South Dakota, Judd Hoose with Bad Girl. Bad song. I was rooting for this one. Coming in, they're just like, we're rockers, we're gonna do great. And then they come out just like, oh yeah, we're rock, like Maroon 5 is rock. Or we're rock, like The Fray. Like, they were promising me filet mignon, and they delivered fillet. And it just didn't gel. I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. I felt like there was a lot here that could have been done better. And honestly, do I think it's an Oh God territory song? No. I think I think it kind of defines middle of the pack. Middle of the lowest of the pack that I can give them. Overall, you know what? I'll put them above. I'll put them there. Were they as good as Tyler? You know what? I would put them above Tyler Braden. If only for the fact that I really just hated Tyler Braden. And the fact that he went through kind of just leaves a sour taste in my mouth where I'm just like, no, don't like, no like. But next up, in terms of power, we had Nitro Nitra with Train. And it was good. Like, I really liked her. I thought her voice was fantastic. I really wanted this song to do better, because I thought that it actually stood a really good chance. I loved her energy. I loved the fact that I felt like this was the rock that I wanted Judd Hoose to be. I felt like this was the thing that set the other ones, like this kind of separated itself from the pack a little bit. I felt like her and Brittany from Louisiana could do something really cool together, so that would be really neat to see. Yeah, don't really have much else to say with that one. Sabu was super delightful and sweet, and you could tell that he was just so happy to be there and included. His staging started off by far the best staging of the contest so far. Just put him on water with, yeah, it was cliche, tropical island, whatever, makes sense. That's also his life and his experience, so I think that's that's really cool thing to share. Did it need the like VR animals swimming around him? Did he need sea turtles and dolphins and whales? And just like, no. Like, I felt like he could have just had a blank tropical background the whole time and been fine. It didn't need the flying magic Fantasia animals. He is not the strongest singer of the competition. He doesn't maybe have the strongest stage presence, but there's something very sweet and unassuming about him that I think is needed in this kind of contest, because it is literally introducing him to a global audience. Because who knew before this where the Marianas Islands were? I imagine people would know where this. You know what? I'm assuming too much. I'm just going to assume that America doesn't know where these islands are, doesn't know who these people are, doesn't know what the Marianas Trench is or where it's located in the Pacific Ocean. That's fair of me to say. I can't assume that anyone knows this. But just him being there and being super sweet and super nice and super friendly and super just so happy, so just at peace with himself and so delighted to be there. It was just really sweet to see. And yeah, in terms of the final one, Colorado, Riker Lynch, Feel the Love, I would say it was also okay. Do I think it was the best? Not necessarily, but for what it was, I appreciate what they did and how it went through. So yeah, we'll have to see where that goes from here. But for what we have present right now, this is where I feel most comfortable leaving these options going forward. So if we're going to move on, just trying to think. As I try to do this, there we go. This is our contest so far. So I'm going to just double check everything to make sure it's all still here. Yep, all of our options are still here. Still have Can't Make You Love Me, still have Tell Me, still have Wonderland, still have Loco on top. Who is the other one I put on top? Alizaba with Flirt. I would put her right beside Christiane Pagan. I feel like she is in the ballpark for sure. I think she stands a really good chance of going forward, but we'll see. We'll see what happens going right with now. I was really surprised that Jonah Prill Fired Up went through. It's going to make Aussie Vision very happy. Does it make me very happy? We'll see. We'll see. Who were my other ones near the top? We had Brittany Pafance. We had Tyler Braden down here. We'll get to you after. Nico was up here. Nitro Nitra up here. And Grant Noki. Think that was it for the top category. All right, so where do these guys fit in here? Brittany Pafance, Now You Do. I prefer it over Sparrow. Actually, do I still even like Sparrow? No, I'm going to bump Sparrow down. I would put them underneath. Yeah. Yep, that's their place. Jordan Smith, you've been knocked down. Not sorry. Nico the Different. Oh my god, all these country acts is just making me hate the other ones more, so I have to move Houston down. Also, I can't believe King Coyote was so high on the jury track. I'm just like, who is this jury? What are you doing? Why is this so bad? I want to congratulate Jewel for being one of the first to not be terrible. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna put her up in the good territory, even though I just justified putting her in okay. Whatever. I can change my mind instantly. It's my show. So we have Nico the Difference, Kelsey. Yeah, I'll take that. Train. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll keep Jewel behind Grant. I feel like that's okay. I do hope that Jewel makes it onto the finale, though, because I feel like they need some big name other than Michael Bolton at the end. Okayest, Sabu. I would put Sabu in front of Courtship, Jordan Smith. I'm going to put him in front of Jaco. Yes, that's where you belong. You're in the middle of the pack. You're lovely. You're super sweet. I really enjoyed what you did. And yeah, I hope to see more of you in the future because I think that you bring something very interesting to the contest. So, next up we have Judd Hoose with Bad Girl. Still in my Nas. I'm going to put it ahead of these, though. No, I'm going to keep it right behind New Boot Goofin', which I still hate, but I'm growing to appreciate. So bear with me on that one. Tyler Braden 17. I remember it less than I remember Houston. I barely remember Houston. But I'm going to put them behind King. King Coyote's just fallen down for me. I don't think that there's anything too special there. They must have like just nothing but country people on the jury because it seems like that's all they're voting for. It seems like that's all they're wanting to put through. I will say I was super happy that Broderick Jones went through because I think that song's really special and interesting. So, good on you. Yeah, we still got some good ones on top. So as long as these ones go through, we should be fine. Riker Lynch, Feel the Love, Discount Kino. I'm gonna keep. They're in the okay realm, but we're in the okay realm. Over Sparrow for sure. I'll put it over Fire by Keon Starr. Yeah. Jesse Leprotti, Not Alone. My God, I literally forgot it. I forgot it just after doing it. That's a sign that it kind of belongs down here. Yeah. But I'll put you above Brooke because I don't think that that's quite as good. All right, there you go. Here is my rips. So we'll see what they do with this in the future. From here, thank you for joining me as I rank the American Song Contest once again. And if you like me, you can find me online at thebigshabam.com. So feel free to do all that stuff, like and subscribe. It helps us out. And we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.